सभी लोग कमर गर्दन सीधी करके बैठेंगे। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
Namaskar. Good afternoon to all of you. So today we have yet another edition of Vimarsh Talks, and today's topic is rapid rise of artificial intelligence and emergency preparedness, to be delivered by Shri Kundana Kumar Lal ji, who is with us today, and I want to thank him for accepting our invitation. Shri Kundana Kumar Lal ji is a leader in the field of AI, and you will soon discover why. I first met him a few months ago, introduced to him by Ambassador Anil Trigunath. He was part of one of our delegations to Saudi Arabia. And we also had an opportunity to hear from him about the AI in another discussion that we had at the VIF some time ago. Then I realized that he knows so much about AI and is so deeply involved in this field. One of the few that I met. I thought that maybe he could speak to a wider audience on the Vimarsh forum. So I requested him, and he has accepted our invitation. So thank you, Kundanji, and his wife is also here. So welcome. When he gave the talk at the VIF, firstly, it was a very engaging talk. He's a very good speaker, and so it's a pleasure listening to him, a forceful speaker. So when he talked about the AI, he talked about many things. But I think one point that he emphasized is that India should wake up and start investing in the AI and its ecosystem. Otherwise, it will be too late. So I think that's the point which came out. And he is in that system where he's trying to improve things or raise awareness about AI in India. He is a renowned thought leader and influencer in the global IT landscape, and he has occupied senior IT leadership positions in various areas of IT with several Fortune 500 companies. He stayed in the US for many years when he came here, and now he's based in India, in Mumbai. He is one of those who had an early degree in, at that time it was called, I think, computational intelligence. So he's one of those early people, and I think also his wife, both of them were classmates. So he had that, you could call him a pioneer in that sense. Not many people knew about AI at that time, as it was called computational intelligence. And so he gained experience in different fields of AI, in different domains of AI, such as computer vision, neural language processing, predictive analytics, anomaly detection, information retrieval, robotics, etc. There were probably different fields at that time. They're all now combining into AI. And now AI I mean, I remember, listening, hearing about AI way back in the 90s and 80s also. But usme it was like robotics was probably, people knew more about robotics than AI. Or usme cybernetics bhi kuch bolte the. But all these technologies have now converged, and what was, I think, a kind of a slow growth in these areas, now suddenly shot up. And now there is sky's the limit for the growth of such technologies. Mr. Kundana Lal is also the founder director of Viti Foundation, which is an organization working in AI research, innovation, education, capacity building, and so on. And he's been involved in establishing AI innovation hubs and centers throughout the country in collaboration with the industry and academia. And he was telling me how these centers are working. And they're also now into CSR activity. I'm sure he's using AI for that also, to support the dying arts in Jharkhand. He himself comes from Jharkhand. So friends, AI is a transformational technology, you know that, and which is bringing about tremendous benefit for society. There is no field today in which AI is not there, whether you know it or no. Your phones are all now AI driven, etc. Computers. So it's all there. And AI is now bringing immense benefits to society in diverse fields such as education, health, agriculture, environment, business, manufacturing, research and development, disaster management, and I think we'll talk about emergency, entertainment, and very important in warfare also. There's something that is of interest to us here. So the scope of AI is endless, and every day new applications are being found and invented. So at the same time, I think we should also be aware of AI's risks that come in the way. And some of these are actually quite grave risks. One cannot overlook that. As AI develops into generative AI, or also called, I think, generative AI, it will increasingly push humans out of decision-making group. I think that's one big concern. The interface between man and machine. We have always been bothered, but so far, humans have been have the upper hand. But when this generative AI develops, will that remain the case? The development of autonomous systems, including lethal autonomous weapons, is around the corner. Probably it has already been developed. And there is already an arms race featuring AI and its products. In the era of AI, ensuring cybersecurity, which itself is such a big threat in a digitalized economy, digitalized world, when AI comes into it and new kinds of cyber weapons, new techniques to get into the cyber system, etc. So this will become even more complex. Also, the jury is out whether AI will create new jobs or displace and disrupt the existing ones. So there is, certainly if you are not educated, not skilled enough, then you have no future. In fact, people have to train for jobs which do not exist today. So that is a kind of and things are changing so fast. So I think on the job front, we'll have to see what impact AI has. In short, AI will have profound impact on individuals and societies. And we cannot escape that. Now, you might argue that such concerns arise with every technology. Every technology, even the steam engine, when it was invented, we have such concerns. But AI, I think, is going to be an exception in some sense, because it is it is coming at the end of a long chain of developments in technology. And now with so many technologies converging, so it is the convergence of AI with competition and so many other things that has presented a new situation altogether. As I was telling the other day, that Einstein had an IQ of 160 or so. I think AI systems, so, this general AI would have probably an IQ of what, 15,000? So if you have a system sitting in front of you which has 20,000 or 15,000 or maybe 100,000 IQ, then you will be totally thrown out. So I think that's one. That's one issue. But you may crib about the AI and its downside, but AI is unstoppable. So you're already at the stage where AI will continue to develop. You can't stop it. This has not happened with any technology. Technology may fall by the wayside because of commercial reasons, because the technology didn't fulfill certain obligations and so on. But AI is not one technology. AI is probably a million technologies, all kinds of, because it leads to. So AI is going to develop rapidly and its use cases. And this is a reality. So India will have to invest in this technology big time, building the innovation ecosystem, creating new skills and capacities, and creating new use cases which are relevant to India and Indian problems. We'll have to focus on AI education and R&D, forge international alliances, and so on. So a whole lot of work needs to be done. And India will have to play an active role in the global debates about the regulation of AI. Because regulation of AI, a lot of debates are happening. Maybe there might be an international convention at some point of time, or maybe some kind of a plurilateral arrangements. We don't know. But we have to be engaged with all this. And to emerge as AI leader, there is urgent need for creating Indian standards and protocols in AI products and services before, before others steal the march. And others are stealing the march, unfortunately. China, he will give you some figures, but I just read this morning, just in one, the R&D and so on, China had a program they started in 2017, $27 billion in, they have already invested. But if you add other things, it will probably go to hundreds of billions of dollars, the other ecosystem. So what is the case in India? Maybe some figures Mr. Kundana may be able to give. Government of India also, before that, in India, we also need to be mindful that a new world order is emerging. And the competition is between US and China. And insofar as AI is concerned, many other things, but so far as AI is concerned. So they are going full steam ahead. And in this competition, where India will be, we'll have to assess and take decisions accordingly. Their companies, both the governments and the companies, are spending billions of, hundreds of billions of dollars. He mentioned a figure of him, perhaps trillions of dollars. And if you take everything into account, companies and into AI. So what is the Indian situation? We'll have to think about that. So realizing the importance of AI for economic growth and security, the government launched a comprehensive 10,000 crore rupees mission, AI mission in 2018. And Piyush Goyalji recently made a statement that their government is creating an AI infrastructure, and AI supercomputing and some other infrastructure, which will be accessible to startups, academia, researchers, and industry. So they will have access to that. Now, if that works, that will be a wonderful thing. I think we require that. We need to create a AI compute power. So I think if they can create that kind of a AI compute power or share the quality data or data sets, so that will be a good thing. So this is a welcome development. But our problem is always in the implementation. So we have all these big programs, but implementation somewhere we fall short. So we need to speed up the implementation. and scale up the scope of whatever has been in the AI. And it is essential to create synergy between different stakeholders. Now, this also is missing in India. Everybody is on their own trip. So there is this individual islands, oasis of brilliance, but in a synergistic fashion, we don't move. But AI is one thing. If we don't get our house in order, then we'll have a major problem because others are leaping ahead. So with those words, thank you very much for joining us, and I now request Kundan Lalji to address us.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. So welcome everybody, ladies, gentlemen, everybody for this session. And let me introduce myself. I did a lot of good job on introducing me. I'm an IT guy, basically. Worked with companies like Capgemini. I was one of the vice presidents looking after continental Europe deliveries. Before that, I was part of a company known as Intel. It was bought by Atos, a $3.8 billion deal, and now it is known as Atos Intel. So I was another vice president there, looking after Northern America from Atlanta. And with CAP, I was part of looking after continental Europe deliveries from Sweden, Helsingborg. So that's the brief profile. I did my master's in AI, rightly pointed out. And that time we never used to call it AI, 30 years back. And we used to call it computational intelligence or massively parallel distributed processing or neural networks. Okay, so that was the time. And and we had a compute power. I worked on a machine in my lab, which was a 386 machine. Pentium was not there that time. And I wrote a whole software in C, C++ for handwritten digit recognition, where I used two algorithms, multi-layer perceptron and Cohen network, to do that handwritten. I trained it for 3 months. That is the time we got during our masters. And we got an accuracy of 76.3%. And it was even demonstrated during convocation by B.I.T. Mesra Ranchi to our president. Later on, he became president, but he was known as Kalam Sahab. He was missile man that time. So, but that is a long story. Being part of IT, I always kept a watch on AI. And by 2015 odd, we understood that the winter of AI is over. So the winter of AI, there were multiple reasons for winter of AI. Though AI as a thought process, as algorithms, they were known to humans. But then we didn't have the compute power to actually bring it forward or start applying. So that time we used to work on linear algorithms like softwares, which we know of, all softwares which we have written, humans have written. And these are linear ones because that is what we write to them. They are basically idiot boxes. Whatever we write, that is what it follows. So we call them linear. But we humans are not linear algorithms. We have not been written as a code. We are non-linear algorithms. So we think about it, we prioritize it, and then we act upon it. So that is what that makes us human. And that is a very critical for us to understand when we'll move forward, where AI is moving, how AI is moving. That is a part of. But what I look at now, after 2015, when I started working, it started evangelizing on AI. And so rightly pointed out, I walked away from CAP in 2017 and founded Viti Research Foundation. And Viti Research Foundation, Viti is the Sanskrit word, it means intelligence. So that is what our whole focus has been. And it's a non-profit organization, we work on it. But the whole focus of our organization was to build an innovation capacity and capability across India, okay? Because what we believe is that as this technology matures, and it is such a transformational technology, that as it matures, we may not exist as a nation, okay? So India may not exist as a nation. That is very, very thing we need to understand and ensure that this technology, when it matures, it takes a soft landing. We ensure it makes a soft landing. When I say soft landing, it means we should become capable. We should have all the initiatives in place So if they develop it, whoever they are, countries or corporates, they develop it, we should be also having that technology in our hand. Okay. And I will tell you why I'm saying that. And that is a part of my presentation, which I generally talk about. So that is how I wanted to introduce this. And that is the reason I have mapped it to the rapid rise of AI and emergency preparedness. So let's go through the thought process which is there. So if you look at this, you will find out that we are there, the Homo sapiens, right? We are probably the most dominant species at this point of time on this earth. We have not only developed all these houses, platforms, internet, and all those rockets and all, but we are also destroying our earth. So that's the direction we have taken. So much of carbon production we are doing. But we are the dominant species. And the guy who is coming up very fast in the background, we call that guy artificial superintelligence. And believe it or not, all the investment which is happening today is actually to reach to that goal of artificial superintelligence. So we'll try to understand what is this, okay? And there is a massive investment which is happening strategically, tactically, operationally across the globe. Okay, corporates, countries, they are meeting hands, they are coordinating, and they are investing into this space. That also we need to know and understand. So if you believe that AI is something which will be coming, let me tell you, AI is all around. Okay, the way we travel, the way we do business, the way we socialize, the way we do politics, the way we shop, everywhere AI is there. Let me give you one example. When I say that, the way we shop, you know, every one of you must have bought now, by now, on Amazon, Flipkart. There are multiple other e-commerce platforms, but let's take an example of Amazon. Every one of us has bought on Amazon, right? The current model of Amazon, which is there, it is known as shop and ship. So what you do, you go on Amazon platform, you like a product, you pay for it, and then one guy, he comes to your home and delivers that to you. Okay, so what you have bought it, you have paid for it, and then that guy comes and delivers you. This model is known as shop and ship. Now, Amazon is also one of the biggest platform holders globally, which is known as cloud platform, which is known as AWS. And on AWS platform, they have got cognitive services too. So cognitive services is nothing but AI. They call it cognitive services. So they are one of the largest platform providers, which also provides AI on their platform. So they, because they are the largest users themselves and they have got the infrastructure and capability with them, they also decided that they will leverage AI to take it to the next level. So they are now looking at you. Whenever you buy, they know who you are, what kind of products you buy, what kind of quality of products you buy, okay, what range of price you buy. All that, those things, they are looking at you. They're training their algorithm. So if you walk into the Amazon platform, you'll see a lot of recommendations coming to you. And you'll be amazed, some of those recommendations actually map to your needs. What they are next doing is, they are taking the data from all those other platforms which are there like Google. So Google, if you know that you go and you do search, even if you do half search on Google, half search, I mean, you write something and you have not pressed the submit button or that, Google takes it away. As you are typing, it takes it away. He knows exactly what you have been trying to search. Okay? Look at Alexa and all those platforms like on Microsoft, Azure platform is there, IBM Blue is there, all those platforms which are there, they're actually, if you are interacting with them, they're taking your data away. And this data, if you watch Netflix, the recommendation engine is based on AI. They know what you like to watch. You like horror movies? I like horror movies. So when I watch horror movies, I get a lot of recommendation of horror movies when I walk next into Netflix. Same way, Prime, other OTT platforms, they are keeping a watch. And these all data set, you search, what you are watching, which advertisement on Netflix or YouTube, if you're not a premium member, if you're looking at an advertisement, and if you wait for that advertisement to finish off, they know you are interested. So that data is also carried away. Which particular advertisement you are looking at. And if you are doing that, a lot of time you'll start your emails and all, you'll start receiving those information on your emails and all. Very interestingly, I'll give you one. One of my friend, he's a corporate world giant. This gentleman, he talked to his quite old gentleman now, around 76 years old. And one night he was talking to he has got a beautiful house in Bandra, and he has completely automated it. That time, I'm talking about a few years back. And he had an Alexa in his bedroom also. Okay, so he used to tell, switch on the light, switch on the fan, or switch off the AC, all those things, smart home. He was doing it with Alexa. So he had an Alexa. One night he actually told his wife that भाई दुनिया तो घूम दिए, लेकिन नेपाल नहीं गए. So that was the only thing he told him. So अगला बार नेपाल चलते हैं. Okay, he has got a lot of business in US. He is in network support, remote support actually, a network technology. So he said the next day, Kundana, I walked into my office, all my email was flooded with plan for Nepal, a travel tour for Nepal, all those information, which hotel to go. So he was amazed. Bhai, मैंने तो केवल बेटा को भी नहीं बोला है. Bedroom में I just started to my wife to go to Nepal. So there, he asked me, what happened? Amli, Alexa is listening to you. So this is another point. If you believe it or not, your mobile devices is on, right? If you've got an iPhone, Siri is listening to you. You have got Android phones, Google Assistant is listening to you. You have got a Microsoft OS on, Cortana is listening to you. All this information is being collected and AI is being trained at this point of time. Okay. So that is something we need to know, and that is what I was pointing out. So they are collecting all this data, they're training their AI or algorithm, let us say algorithm, and tomorrow they will change the model from shop and ship to ship and shop. So they will know exactly and predict exactly what is that tomorrow you are going to buy. So see, in this model of shop and ship, 1/3 of their total revenue walks into the fulfillment or shipping and fulfillment. So the delivery guy which comes and delivers things to you, that is a cost to them. And that is 1/3 of the entire cost. So if it's a $114 billion company, actually $27 billion they spend only on logistics and fulfillment. Okay. That's the huge money they want to reduce and increase their profit margin. So they want to change the model from shop and ship to ship and shop. So they will start predicting what you are going to buy tomorrow and what is going to happen. Your society, you will find one day, only one guy will come in with multiple boxes, and he will leave the boxes at each door wherever the orders or expectations of orders are. You will wake up, you'll open the door, you'll open the box, and you'll be amazed that all those things you wanted to buy, be it fresh vegetable or milk or a mobile device or a laptop, those will be into those boxes. You will take out what you want to, leave the rest into the box, and next day, and you will be getting billed for it. That same guy will come in evening, collect those boxes and going away. So their cost of logistics and fulfillment, which is 1/3 of that entire revenue, will drop down by half of that. So from $27 billion, with their spending on logistics and fulfillment, it will come down to around $14 billion. And by the way, it is not something I'm talking future. They are already implementing. In a lot of countries, 5% of their total fulfillment is now AI-based. So it is going to happen with us too, right? That is something I wanted to talk about. From shop and ship, they're leveraging AI to bring it to ship and shop. Okay. Similarly, look at the politics part of it. You know, Trump last time when he became the president of America, he defeated Hillary by only 1,25,000 votes. It is said, okay, that a day before the election, Facebook, it sent out a message to all those people who were right-wingers. So let me say a right-wingers in US term is people who support Trump. So Facebook is actually keeping a watch on you. If you go on Facebook and upload a photo and you start tagging, you will find out that he exactly knows who are there into those photos. Is your wife, your kids, all those, it will start giving you options to mark it out when you tag a photo. So that's an AI they're training on Facebook. That they kept on every message you are posting, every message you like, what kind of message and all, it differs that what kind of leaning you have politically. Okay, you are right winger or left winger. हमारे term में आप अंधभक्त हैं या पंखे हैं, I don't know. That's the term I always hear around. Okay, so whatever your leanings are, it knows exactly where you are. And then what it did was it sent out a message to all those right-wingers or Trump supporters in America a day before the election. A simple message. Your friends are going to vote, are you? and it put thumbnails of 12 closest friend of yours. I mean the message, the guy. 12 closest friend thumbnails were down below. You know, they say that 3,25,000 additional people, or more than that, came out and voted for Trump that day. And that was the reason Hillary lost only by 1,25,000 votes, only in 3 counties. That is Wisconsin, Michigan, and another one. Okay, only 3 counties it happened. And Trump became the president of America last time. So that is the power of AI, which is there. Okay, and in our context also, the data is being analyzed. You must have heard known companies which was there, and those topics comes up. So this is something which is already there. AI is all around you, gentlemen. You watch, you play, you learn. AI is there. They are looking at you. And our data is not our data. Our data is in America. Okay, that is something very critical for it. That is the message I wanted to create here. Let us look at other statements which are there. We are looking at an apocalypse. And this is the statement. They say when the AI will become mature, we will be there. We'll go extinct. And look at some of the statements. This is not I'm saying, this is some of the statements very sane people, scientists, business people, they are talking about. So look at the development of full artificial intelligence could spell the end of human race. It's Stephen Hawking. Gentleman is no more with us, but a known astrophysicist. Okay, he said, Elon Musk, the Tesla guy, he came out and said, we are summoning the demon. हम राक्षस बुला रहे हैं. और जब राक्षस आता है तो क्या करता है? हमें खा जाता है. That is what he meant when he said, we are summoning the demon. Nick Bostrom, a wonderful book. You can buy that book, Super Intelligence, on Amazon. It is available. Read that book. It's a wonderful book. He came out and said, a Disneyland without children. So there will be a lot of collaterals, technological collaterals around us. Okay? But the children, we will be not there. The humans will be not there to enjoy those collaterals. James Barat, he went one step further. He said, we have pulled the black ball out. इतना हमने invention किया है इस पृथ्वी पे, but now we have pulled the black ball out. हमने हलाहल को निकाल दिया है. Okay? And that is halaahal is our final invention. Artificial Intelligence and the End of Human Era. That's another book, our final invention. Please read. Very nice book. But what I believe in, that drives me, is the last statement. The physical extinction of human race is one possibility, that is vulnerability. So I believe in human resilience. If we know the problem, we can put our hands around it, we can control it, we can handle it, put a lot of regulations, policies, a lot of things we can do. That is what we humans are known for, and that is where I also believe on human resilience. So we have to start thinking, start creating those models, be part of those frameworks, so that that becomes part of us. That is very critical. One thing, before I proceed ahead, let me point it out. 530 million years ago, there was the world had elements or life forms which they didn't have a geolocation. They were not able to move. They didn't have eyes even. Okay, so that was known as Cambrian era. Okay, so when the Earth has started moving, life forms started from amoeba towards where we have reached, the humans. But 530 million years ago, in Cambrian era, these were the elements which were there, which didn't have the mobility to move. They didn't have eyes to see. If food used to come, they had it. Okay, they were the part of our Earth. But suddenly, in a very short time frame, which is known as 10 million years, and that is known as Cambrian Explosion, something happened. And this something actually made multiple species to flourish after that. Okay, 27,000 species came on this Earth, and that journey 530 million years ago has pinnacled with humans on this Earth, us on this Earth. So what happened in Cambrian Explosion? Okay, that's very interesting. You can read it. A lot of information is there. What happened on Cambrian Explosion? So they say recently the scientists came out and said, we developed vision. These species, they developed eyes. As soon as they developed eyes and vision, they started searching for food, foraging for food. They started predating. They started going after another and eating them out. So they became predators. Okay, and that is how from there the journey started of life on this earth, and the pinnacle, the humans are on this earth, right? So they came out from sea, amphibians, mammals, and then the humans. Bingo, we are here, right? So this Cambrian explosion happened. That is we call it always the strategic inflection point, an SIP. Okay. AI is also standing at a strategic inflection point. Some inventions, this inflection, as and when it happens, will be the technology will take another jump area. Obviously, it is not going to come back, but it's going to take another jump area, another progression we'll be looking at. So we have to understand this SIP part of it. But before we go towards that, let's also try to define AI a little for you. You go on Google, search artificial intelligence, you'll find words like neural networks, planning, robotics, machine learning, natural language processing, knowledge or oncology, cognitive systems, neural networks, all those words will flow. But all these words actually define AI. AI is a larger word. Okay. A neural network doesn't define AI, but all these words, all these technologies actually define AI. If AI, I will put into two parts AI. One, where we humans are still in loop, making final decision, human in the loop. And one, where we are not in loop, AI is making a final decision. So let's try to understand, look at when humans are in loop and the AI which had been deployed, we are definitely making the final decision, but AI is giving us all the information. That we call it hardware or assisted intelligence. So AI we have deployed, AI is doing its job time and again. It doesn't learn anything. It gives us data or gives us information to make a decision around it. But if you go down below, there is adaptive systems, which we call it augmented intelligence. This is the AI, which obviously we are still making a final decision. We are in the loop. But this AI is also learning in process. It is not giving us information to make a decision to be taken, but it is also watching that how we are making a decision and then learning out of it. So that next decision, next information he passes on, he makes it a better one than what we will act upon. Okay. So this is human in the loop. If you go to the side of no human in the loop, the automation, which is the industrial automation we are talking about, that has been developed by us. We humans have done that. So you walk into Volkswagen factory, a point of time, they had 50,000 people working. They have been producing a car in 27 days. And now that factory, same factory, has been completely automated. They have got a conveyor belt. Robotic arms are there. They're putting the wheels, they're painting the car, they're putting the windshield, everything they're doing it, all these arms. Obviously, these are linear. The code has been written by humans still. But now they are producing the same car in only 3.6 days. Okay, from 50,000 people, that factory now employs only 5,000 people, and they are morely into supervisory roles. Okay, so that is how the technology impact has been, and now that factory is moving with AI-based automation. It's a linear automation now moving to non-linear automation. So we'll discuss about that too. But that is what our example I wanted to give. That's industrial automation written by us, linear code. Down below is the guide, which is adaptive in system, and we call it autonomous intelligence. That is, they are making decisions, they are learning. We are not in that. And that is all the fear which is emanating from is the autonomous intelligence. I'll give you one example of autonomous intelligence. That autonomous cars, you must have heard about it. It is must have seen on social media. It is delivering pizza. It is carrying you from one place to another. And tomorrow, when it will become available to us in India too, eventually, it will become available to us. It will be probably a rupee, because your drivers, they work only 8 hours. They take you from one place to another place, probably a 6 rupees per kilometer you are spending. These vehicles, autonomous vehicles, will be taking you from one place to another place 24/7. It will drop you, go to another, drop you back. All your deliveries will be happening through drone, AI-based drones or devices which will be coming, autonomous vehicles coming to your place. It is happening, gentlemen. You want to see, go on YouTube, hit it, and you will find all these devices which are already there being deployed by corporates across the globe. Okay, so that is autonomous intelligence, which actually emanates the fear around that. Now, the autonomous intelligence, this is the time with autonomous intelligence, the world which we are living today, we call it artificial narrow intelligence. This is the world which we are living. It is a machine learning world. The machines are learning. They are talking to us, they're delivering things, but these are still machine learning world. We call them a narrow intelligence world. Very soon, we will be entering into a world which we call it artificial general intelligence. Okay, so let's try to understand a narrow intelligence and general intelligence, what the differences are. Okay, so current AI, which we are developing, we are also developing a lot of AI-based applications. And these AI actually pulls the data, which is structured data. So our structured data in IT paradigm is your name, your telephone number, your address. These are known as structured data. And we push and store the data into a relational database system, which the internet and all those information we pull out, right? So this AI, a narrow intelligence AI, is actually pulling data and learning from a structured information, structured data sets. Okay, that is one. Second, so what it learns, if you teach him driving a car and tomorrow you tell him to fly a plane or teach him how to fly a plane, it will forget driving that car. We don't do that. We humans, if we learn early childhood swimming or cycling, even after 50 years, somebody puts you into water or throws you into water, you will be able to swim. Somebody gives you a bicycle, you will be able to drive it. So we don't forget. We learn from our experiences. So the narrow intelligence world, these AI which is currently available to us, doesn't learn. Okay, this algorithm, though it is changing very fast. So new algorithms like DQM and all are being put into picture. So they are actually learning the residual learning. They are keeping it with themselves like we do. So, but if you walk to artificial general intelligence, it is like us. It learns from unstructured data set, not from a structured data set. And we humans learn also from unstructured data. So taciturn, ये touch वाली जो feeling है, hot and cold. Olfactory organs, smell जो आपका है. Hearing capability of yours, right? Taste buds and vision. These are the five gyanendriyas, right? These are the five senses or sensory perceptions which we have, and we make our reality with these five, right? Aankh, Kaan, Naak, taste buds, and the taciturn, right? AI will also start doing it. On this, we call it unstructured data. So it will start learning from unstructured data. Second, I told you, it will not forget. It will learn on experiences as it gains and learns and becomes part of it. So it will start standing in front of us as equal to us as a general intelligence. Then it will move to the next level. And that is the point of concern, artificial superintelligence, a singleton, okay, a decision-making body, which can convince, work with you, guide you, and when Sir pointed out, we are talking about, and I'll talk later on also, we are talking about an IQ level, which will be equate to 5,000 at an AGI level and 12,500 at an ASI level. Okay, we humans operate between an IQ of 90 to 140. So Einstein was 140 and 60 odd. I always say I'm 90, but there are certain reasons I say 90. My wife, she always points out कि तुम्हें तो कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आता है. So I know I always stand at 90 IQ level. So that will operate at 5,000, 12,500 IQ level. So this first time she is there in front of me. So it was a pleasure to stay in front of her. So that is where the ASI, AGI is there. Okay, the progression, if you look from AI perspective, AI currently is taking control one by one of our capabilities. So if you look at those capabilities, which are like a spatial capability. So like we can navigate ourselves from one place to another place. That's our spatial capability which we have. But Google Maps, it is supporting crores of people across the globe at any given point of time. We depend upon it, actually. We not only we depend upon it from driving one place to another place, it also tells us where the traffic are red, where there is a green, how much time it will take for the ETA. It is telling that, even predicting that, right? So that is the AI on Google Maps which is helping us. And it is taking to the next level. When you will walk, it will also help you in taking and navigating through. So on spatial, it has already surpassed us. The human parity, it is beyond us, okay? Similarly, on musical capabilities, on logical mathematical capability, AI was not there, but calculators were much more faster than us. So it was already there. Bodily kinesthetics. So if you look at bodily kinesthetics, go on YouTube, go on Poster Dynamics, look at their robots. They have been working on these robots for last 15 years. These robots which they have developed and trained with AI, it can walk at a 40 walk at a 40 kilometer per hour speed, he can take a backflip, gentlemen. We cannot take a backflip. You know what backflip is? You're standing and you can turn it around. You can just take a jump at the back. That is the backflip. These robots are taking a backflip. They're walking on snow. They're carrying 40 pounds of weight in their hands and running. Okay, so this is the capability they have developed. That is the bodily kinesthetics. So AI has done that. By the way, DeepMind is going second level. Okay, I'll show you that. It is taking the second level. So interpersonal skill set, linguistic. You are all, if you are not using ChatGPT, ChatGPT is everywhere, right? ChatGPT 4.0, it has been trained on 37.7 billion parameters. Okay, you can talk to him, ask him anything. The work I used to do, a lot of content I used to write, it used to take me 2 to 3 days with my team to do that. I do it in 2 hours now, probably less than that, with help of AI. Okay, with the help of chat. That is linguistic capacity. So these one by one, they are taking care of all these, and this all makes human intelligence. So they are culminating all and bringing to a fore and a breakthrough, a point of inflection where AI will be taking care of everything what we do. It is surpasses. So where we are, we applied AI. It is already on the slope of enlightenment on backward high cycling, on the plateau of productivity. AGI has been triggered. A lot of technology innovations which is happening, or we call it technology triggered. This is a backward high cycling. It is already there. So that is the AGI relationship. AI at this point of time is playing a role of quality inspector, a personal architect, you go on naming, pair, autonomous cars, a self, a driver. All these roles AI is already playing. And it is still in narrow intelligence. The deep mind has got only 2.5 million neurons to have this, the narrow intelligence technology set. 2.5 million neurons, is equal to a machhar ka dimag. So a mosquito brain is equal to 2.5 million neurons. We human have got 70 billion neurons. Okay, so machhar jo hai, wo itna kuch kar raha hai already. Okay, so you can well imagine when they will reach to the human brain sizes, what will happen? Okay, so let's try to understand that perspective as well. So they say by 2023, okay, we'll be always very near to the AGI or human brain, will lead to the singularity, and by 2045, it will surpass the brain power equal to that of human brains put together. That is ASI. So now AGI is equal to us, and ASI, whatever we have learned on this earth, whatever engineering knowledge, books we have written, all that knowledge, if you put together into one guy and teach him to be, that is artificial superintelligence. That is what they are saying. So by 2045, it is surpassed. And these are technology predictions. When it happens and the graph is plotted, you'll always find the graph turns up. Okay, the growth is more exponential than what is predicted, and that is happening today, gentlemen. Okay, I'll tell you how. But before we go into more depth into it, let me tell you another aspect of AI. I call it the Great Decoupling. By 2000, if you look at the human productivity has already reached a plateau. We have written everything. Six Sigma. I come from IT world, so obviously I will talk about Six Sigma, same level 5. We wrote all the SOPs, standard operating procedures, to maximize the human productivity. So by 2000, we had maximized the human productivity. Jitna kaam human se karwa sakte the, hum karwa lete. Right? You are engaged. But then the family income stagnated, our income stagnated, and actually it is going down. The labor, services, knowledge, the humans' productivity is going down now. But capital-intensive productivity is going up. This productivity is based on machine, software, data. This is the productivity, let us say robotics. So in a factory, all the robots are there, AI based, and they start producing. That is capital-intensive productivity. If you go down below, you look on the income inequality part of it. At this point of time, with all the development, all this productivity, 10% of the people have got 90% of the money in their hand. So people like Jeff Berkowitz, people like Adani, Ambani, okay, Indian context, okay, all these people, Bill Gates, they have got 90% of the money in their hand. 10% of the money is with the 90% of people like us. Now, that's the income inequality. But with AI walking into that productivity or capital intensive productivity, this is going to become more acute. More acute means 99%, 1% of the people will have 99% of the money in their hands, and 99% of the people will be left out with only 1% of the money in their hand. And they will be happy. By the way, they'll be still happy. So that will be there. Okay. Three things will happen. One is share in production. So as this technology matures, share in production of AI will go up. People like us, from middle to senior level people, they'll be wiped out. They'll be not needed for making decisions or do the work. AI will be doing that work. So share in production will go up. The second, investment flows. So if you're looking at FDIs, okay, a foreign direct investment into it, the guy will come to you, say, hey, wonderful, you've got a factory, so you're doing a wonderful job. How much automation you have? And you'll say, hey, I've got around 85% automation, 15% humans are still there. They'll say, no, we'll not invest in you. You need to move your automation level to 95% plus. Okay? So that will be demand on you. Third, the terms of trade will change. So third, terms of trade, like if you remember the terms of trade, when it happened that child labor is not acceptable. Okay? And companies like Google, Amazon, they start buying from all those companies which were deploying or engaging child labor, right? It happened, the terms of trade changed. And they quickly, child labor was wiped out, and Kalin Banane mein, all those places, child labor was wiped out, right? Same way, they will come and ask you, do you deploy or employ humans? And you say, yes. Oh, no, we'll not investing. Okay? So those factories, those production houses will be completely, humans will be wiped out from those. Okay? So that is, will bring the acute income equality. And if you look from the above graph, where I talk about the substitutability, developed nations will have the higher substitutability, okay, and we will be having the lower, but then we'll not have the money in our hands. We'll be wiped out virtually from the substitutability angle. High, okay? That is, they will make in India and all will be gone. They will have everything. They'll produce because it is so easy to produce for them. Humans are not deployed, and they don't have. We have got crores of humans, 40%, right? Younger population. We are so proud of that we have got. It's going to become a pain for us. Okay, उनको काम भी देना है, रहने का आपको इंतजाम भी करना है आपको. So that will become a pain for us tomorrow as AI is transforming. So we have to wake up to that fact and see that we are part of this evolution and see what jugaad we do. We take a lot of pride in jugaad. So what jugaad we do around AI. That is very critical for us to understand. And another perspective of that is, a lot of time people tell me that, hey, AI cannot equate to us. We have got a capability, we invent, we are intuitive people. We are salient in nature, right? So we appreciate beauty. We appreciate sunshine. We appreciate greenery. We appreciate beauty. We are salient, right? We are spiritual. AI is already taking care of that. I'll give you one example of we call it intuitive AI. One example of it. They took a car. They put around 400 sensors into that car, drove it from thousands of kilometers, and created a billion parameters of data set on driving a car. Then they took all the designs of the cars which have been done till date across the globe, taught to the AI, and then asked the AI to design a car. That is the chassis. They designed it. We call it a dream catcher. This project was known as dream catcher. Now, if you look at that chassis of the car, it looks like a bird skeleton, right? More of it. And it is wonderfully designed. It is very safe. If you put a car around it, it's very safe. And actually, they have taken it and they're producing a car. They call it Zinger 21C Hypercar. It is designed by and manufactured and assembled in LA, California, using the world's most advanced production technologies, which is also based on AI, augmented units. So AI, that is doing a 3D printing and putting this car together, which has been designed by AI. It is happening. Okay, AI in innovation cycle, there will be no catching up. It's moving into that area. So we humans can work on probably 10 technologies at a given point of time, like mobile, cloud, big data, 3D printing, energy, Internet of Things, cognitive science systems, and all. But AI can work on hundreds of technologies in one go. Okay, in parallel. So if you work on 100, They will be working on circular economy, transport 2.0, logistics, internet, healthy life extension, automobile. This will be a runaway innovation they are talking about. That is where they want to leverage AI to go towards. Okay, that is where AI is being leveraged. That is reason for generating an intelligence level of AGI in front of us. The transformational technology in coming decade is all AI-based, with smart machines, advanced robotics, brain-dump BCI, autonomous vehicles. All this is AI-based technology, which is going to transform the coming decade. It's a runaway innovation. I always point out one aspect of it, I call it a perpetual service. You know, Industrial Revolution 1.0, it happened due to steam. And we were not party to that revolution. It happened in Europe. Resultant was they developed railway engines, they developed steam sets, they developed machine guns. And resultant was that we were slaves for 200 years, and those of Al Ghulam Rahen, right? On Industrial Revolution 1.0. Then Industrial Revolution 2.0 happened, which was due to electricity. That created developed nations and underdeveloped countries. They consumed more electricity, they were developed nations. We consumed less, we were underdeveloped countries. Now we are developing nations. Industrial Revolution 3.0 happened. It happened due to computing. That is where we caught up. That is where we prove to the world that we are also smart people, right? Today we have got 3.7 million people working in IT space. We are doing a $287 billion of IT exports from India, right? We are there. And they woke up to the fact that, and 55% of the IT services happens from India. Okay? That puts us in another dilemma, but we are still there. That is the time they start calling us smart people. Actually, very interestingly, in US, I went to take a home in Alpharetta, it is near Atlanta. And the lady, she asked me, Mr. Lal, what do you do? I said, I'm a software engineer. Yeah, where are you from? I said, I'm from India. And she said, oh, you're a smarty. So you're most welcome to the society. So you believe it or not, they do have a racism there. They don't want the black people to be the part of white communities which they do have. Okay, they discourage actually. They don't tell you no. They discourage. We come under brown category. Okay, so they say if you are a white, you're welcome. You are a brown, you get a frown, and if you're black, no. Right? So that is they. We learn these things when we're there in that ecosystem. So that was the part of when I realized what is Smarty is. We are earning good. We are leading their industry. The Indians, they are leading their industry. That is a part of the ecosystem which we have, and we save money. So they are calling it, they call it Smarty. Okay. Let's go to the Industrial Revolution 4.0. It is based on intelligence. It is happening now. Then, if we are not party to this revolution, we are looking at a slavery which will be perpetual, which I call it a perpetual servitude. And by the way, we'll be happy. When I say we'll be happy, we'll have food on the table. IBM calls it precision agriculture. AI will rip the seed, sow the seed, grow it up with the rightful nutrients and water. It will rip the food, rip the crop, process it, cook it, and serve it on our table. AI is doing that, right? So they call it precision agriculture. So we'll have food on our table. We'll have autonomous vehicles, so we can go anywhere we want. As a West, one thing will be not there with us, and that will be swiped out. Making decisions will be not left with us. Okay, so we'll be looking at a perpetual servitude. I think I have crossed, or probably a lot of you have crossed a line on that, but our children, and they are going to see and go through this whole thing. So we have to be cognizant of that fact. Now let us look down below. When I talked about the latter hype cycle, this is the hype cycle. If you look at all these technologies, the innovation triggers which is being worked upon today, being innovated, be it quantum computing, human augmentation, brain-computer interface. One technology which I took name first is the quantum computer. It is a technology. Why I say that? Let me try to give you an analogy before I move to that. Our brain does 26 quadrillion computations per second. Okay, it does that computation at 110 meters per second. It's quite slow. A supercomputer like Fukugawa in Japan, it does 32 quadrillion computations per second at a speed of light. So it is very powerful. But let me tell you, our brain cannot be downloaded into any supercomputer on this earth today. It is not possible because technology is not there, right? Take a second. So, but then this comparison ends. So if you find 26 quadrillion computations at the speed of 1 meter, you know we consume only 20 watts. एक छोटा सा battery, that is the energy we require to do 26 quadrillion computations per second. And we require a space which is this cranial. मेरा खोपड़ी आप लोगों को ज़्यादा दिखाई दे. So this cranial, okay, we consume only 20 watts. But a Fukugawa requires 724 square meter space. In Bombay parlance, it means 2-bedroom apartment, 7 of 2-bedroom apartments. Okay, it consumes 24 megawatts, gentlemen, which is equal to a small city. So technology is still not there, but quantum will make it possible. It is such a transformative technology being worked upon. And by the way, we are not part of it. We have created quantum mission and all those things, but we are very, very late. I'll tell you why. Look at this. Google claimed a quantum supremacy a few years back with a 72 qubits of quantum computer in their hand. Okay. Today, Repiti, a small start company in US, they have got 128 qubits of quantum computer already used. They're working with that, right? We don't have. We do have a mission. We are still thinking about working into quantum, gain some ground there. They do have quantum. These quantum computers, we call it quantum annealers. And they are 100 qubits quantum computer is more powerful than any supercomputer on this earth. So a supercomputer, you give a equation to solve, a kind of equation to be solved. That equation, that supercomputer would have taken 450 years to solve. It was given to this quantum annealer, 128 qubits quantum computer, it's solved in 7 seconds. Okay, so that's the power of quantum annealers which is there. And it is only 100 qubits current. Next level, they are reaching to the next level, which we call it analog quantum computer, which will be equal to around 500 qubits odd. Okay, and then they will move, what they're trying to achieve is the universal quantum computers, which will be 100,000 qubits. It will be the most powerful device in this universe, not on this earth, but in this universe. That is what they're trying to create. Quantum computers, so powerful, they will be actually create the capability of generating the AI, which we call it quantum AI. Okay, that is where it will reach towards AGI or ASI, that's being worked upon in parallel. So that's the focus we need to bring in. Look at the whole market map. Be it quantum encryption, be it quantum hardware, be it quantum software, quantum AI, quantum computers building it, optical quantum computers, quantum cloud. None of those companies are Indian companies. We are not there. Okay, none of them is Indian company. That is something we have to wake up to that fact, gentlemen. Let me take you. So we now understand the journey with AI, right? Now let's look at the prediction is by 2030, we will not get to drive. Driving license will be equal to a gun license. You have to go to the government to ask for driving license, and they will ask you why you want to drive. Because autonomous cars are there, they will take you any place you want to go, right? Humans will be not driving up. That is the prediction. The best music, best books, all will be written by AI. AI is already writing a lot of content. Okay, they are setting narrative, they are writing content, they are generating video. We call it multimodal large language models for generative AI. They are already doing it. So you don't know the difference between the video you're watching, it is generated by AI, or it is a real video. That demarcation is gone now. Okay, people are worried how to identify what is generated by AI and what is by actually happening on events on this side. Retail salesperson, you go to the malls, all these retail salesperson you will meet, we will be not there. They will be all AI. Actually, by 2050 odd, who is sitting next to you? You will not know. It is a human or a humanoid. Okay, sitting next to you. Will not. Please check. Okay. I keep checking too. Okay. So that's a beautiful added thought. I'd like to talk about that all our data, Facebook data, LinkedIn data, Instagram, TikTok, all is taken away by the US companies, and they are training their chat GPT on that. I'll show you how much data on the web they are training their AI, which we know of. I'm very worried about it. They know better than us who we are, what we do. Okay, all those things they know better. So once, right, right, that is a very scary scenario. I'm so scared that tomorrow she gets to have an access to that LLM. She will know all my girlfriends and everybody, right? I already know. She works in AI too, on the generative AI specifically. So we are talking about a technological singularity. It is inevitable. It is happening. We can't avoid it. So let's work with it. The Moore's law is already broken, gentlemen. We are looking at AI and exponential growth of it. That's the path AI has taken. They are not stopped. They have not stopped at AI. They are working on multiple other technology sets, like a whole brain emulation. So this whole brain emulation, they are looking at downloading your brain, creating an entity. They call it emulation on the cloud. So you will be here on this earth. Your entity will be there on cloud, okay, learning in parallel with you and going ahead. And that is the entity who will tell that when you are going home, what do you want to eat? You will know exactly what you want to eat. So it will tell the home, roti sabzi bana lo. Even tell what vegetable you want to eat, right? Switch on your AC, do all the work for you. So that is what they are trying to do. This is Elon Musk, okay, Neuralink. They are working with that. They are embedding a chip into your brain. They're actually, the blind side, they've already got an approval, FDA approval recently, which Elon Musk put it on their Twitter, that we have received the FDA approval from blind side. Actually, this blind side chip this is an AI chip which translates your information. And even if you're blind from the beginning, I mean, you took a birth as a blind guy, you'll be able to see with this technology. And you will not see only in this light, you will be able to see in ultraviolet, in infrared, in radio waves. So the capability of yours, right, capability of yours will be huge with this blind sight technology. So they're taking AI is helping us to move and become the gods, right? That is where we are taking it. And that's an algorithm I want you to keep remember it. IBM has got a project which they call it a Brain in a Box by 2020. It is headed by Medha. He's an Indian, definitely. So he is heading it, and 2020 has passed, but they do have, this is based on neuromorphic computing, and this is happening. Brain-computer interface. Tomorrow, it is already there, this technology. You don't have to type, you don't have to signal it, or you don't have to vocalize it. You think, and AI will translate that, and computers will operate for you. So that is known as BCI. It is already helping quadriplegic people who are from their spine injury. They can't talk, they can't move. These people are thinking, and AI is translating that information and putting on the TV screen. So they are talking, actually leveraging BCI. That's the technology which will become available to us very soon. Get some commercialized. They are working on seed AI. They're talking about we take 21 years to become mature, right? AI based on neuromorphic chips, this seed AI, will be trained on the real data set. It will become mature in 21 months probably, or 21 days, I don't know. But they'll become mature much more faster than us, okay? So that is the seed AI. They're working on multiple technologies of this nature. We should be aware of it, and we should be also see that how do we initiate these kind of thought process, research innovations in India as well, and be part of it. Look at this. I talked about the 90 to 140 IQ level. On the intelligence staircase on this earth, we are the most dominant species. We operate between 90 to 140 IQ level. Just few steps down below is gorilla and the chimpanzees. So you go to a chimpanzee. Don't go to gorilla. Gorillas are much more powerful. So go to a chimpanzee and try to teach him algebra. Okay? Or trigonometric theorem to a chimpanzee. वो आपके साथ क्या करेगा मेरे को नहीं मालूम. मारेगा जरूर. So you can't teach as being humans with 1940 IQ level, you can't teach any abstract sciences to gorilla or chimpanzee, which is the next most intelligent beings on this earth, right? Go down little below, you have got chicken. Chicken does have an IQ level. It operates between 50 to 20 IQ level. What we do with them? In daily, we eat them morning, evening, afternoon, chicken tandoori, chicken butter masala. You'd go on naming, you have got the way to eat. करोड़ों में मार के खा जाते हैं. Okay? So these people only 100 IQ level below us. Chicken is only 100 IQ level below us and probably not even 100, 80, 70 IQ level below us, and we are eating them day in, day out. And I remember I was doing a presentation in Noida to one of the societies there, and they offered me food after the presentation, and the president was a lady. So when she started, after all the talk, she started offering me food. She said, Mr. Kundan, can I offer intelligent chicken to you? Can you order? We have woken to the fact that chickens are also intelligent. Go down last below on the intelligence staircase, you'll find ants and bees are there. We are learning from them. The collective intelligence we learn from ants, how they work together. Actually, in drone technology, this intelligence is being worked upon, that how these work together to achieve a goal, right? We are learning from them. What we have done? We have obliterated from our earth, virtually. इतना देर हो गया, एक मच्छर नहीं है हमारे, एक मक्खी नहीं है. Actually, when I see a makhi in my house now, I feel happy. Okay, at least they are there. Okay, fake nahi. We have just obliterated them from our earth. So why I'm trying to tell you? Go down the right side of this. That is the biological range of intelligence on this earth. This is the intelligence. Go on the right side. AI or super intelligence will work at 12,000 or 500 IQ level. AGI will work with 5,000 IQ level. So we obliterated something which is only 100 IQ level below us. Imagine these people who will have 5,000 and 12,500 IQ level, what they will do to us. Okay? And this is the fear which is current and present, which is there, gentlemen. And the problem statement is very simple. We call it perverse instantiation. Okay? Why perverse instantiation? Let's try to understand. Let's go. It is available tomorrow. AGI with 5,000 IQ level. We go to him and we say to him, hey, bhai sahab, itna intelligent hai aap, 5,000 IQ level hai aapka. Can you take away hunger from this earth? Bhook, hame bhook lagti hai. Can you obliterate hunger from this earth? And he will start thinking. Okay, he will think that how can we, kise bhook kise lagti? That's one way of thought process. Bhook kise lagti? Humans ko. Okay, so if we obliterate humans, bhook khatam ho jayega. We call this a perverse instantiation. Okay, it can do that. And you know how easy to obliterate humans are, right? During COVID, we have gone through very recently 2 to 3 years where we're inside our houses doing nothing, afraid what will happen tomorrow, right? So that is a perverse instantiation we are talking. AI is where? AI is that mosquito, which I talked about. Deep mind is 2.5 million neurons. Very soon it will be equal to rat brain, then to us, and then to the collective human intelligence, which is the ASI. So from narrow to AGI to ASI, that is how the whole thing is happening. So AI take off, that is imminent, gentlemen. It is going to happen. It is there. We believe it or not believe it. We accept it or not accept it. It's our prerogative. It is happening. The imminent intelligence explosion is there. Either we take help of it and become immortals, okay, or we go extinct. That is the option between. Technology is turning in. The trajectory is very fast. By yesterday, we were not using AI like ChatGPT, right? I mean, last year, we were not using it. Today, I know a gentleman, his mother, she is 80 years old, and she is leveraging ChatGPT to generate content and videos and all those things. So it has reached home now. AI has reached home. Your kids, everybody is using AI now, right? So it has reached home already. So AI will help us from being Homo sapiens to become Homo Deus. वो मानव से हमें देवता बनने में ले जाएगी प्रक्रिया जो है उधर ले जा रहा है हमें. See, there are only two differences between Homo sapiens. We are plagued by war, famine, and disease. Okay, we want to become Homo Deus, which will be immortals, will be judged by happiness index, and will be looking at divinity. All the manual work will be taken away by AI, right? Manav, in Hindu mythology, Manav or Devta and Bhagwan, right? एक ही difference है between Manav and Devta. They had superpowers. हनुमान जी के पास गदा था, राम जी के पास वो क्या था आपका, हाँ नहीं उससे बड़ा पावरफुल चीज था, काइंड ऑफ न्यूक्लियर बॉम्ब, राइट? So इंद्र के पास वज्र था, right? All those technologies, I mean, the capabilities they had, we have all those things now with us, right? We have got hydrogen bombs, nuclear bombs, ICBMs, IRBMs, all those things, intercontinental ballistic missiles, all those things we have. They had Amrit. We don't have yet, right? They had a death as an option. We don't have yet. That is where AI is taking us. Let's delve into that. Okay, so we'll be talking immortality. That is Homo Deus. It's a wonderful book by Harari. You need to read that book. Both of them, Homo sapiens and Homo Deus, both are wonderful books. If you do have time, please read that book. Okay. I'm talking about another part of it. It reminds me when I talked about ICBMs and IRBMs. You know, when they put this little brother and fat brother on Japan, 10 million people died in 5 seconds. Millions. I don't know, it was 10 or 1, but millions of people in Nagasaki, Hiroshima, they just vanished. Okay, and the humanity suffered through with a lot of diseases, apangata, all those things they had due to the nuclear fallout, which they are still suffering from generations of suffering. But when they put that bomb and Japan surrendered, they immediately understood this is a decisive strategic advantage. So as soon as they realized that nuclear bombs are decisive strategic advantage, they put up a non-proliferation treaty in place, and it took 32 years for us, gentlemen, to have our own Pokhran. 32 साल लगा था हमें अपना पोखरण करने में. Technology was not accessible to us, right? Then they developed ICBM, IRBM, Star Wars, okay, all those technologies they developed. They immediately understood now they can put up a nuclear bomb with ICBM. Iran put it now in Israel, 2,500 kilometers away. They can put it 5,000 more kilometers away with ICBM. They knew this is a decisive strategic advantage. What they did, they put up a ban on cryogenic engines. It took 25 years for us to put our first rocket in space. अब हम बात मंगल की कर रहे हैं, लेकिन 25 साल लगा हमें पहला रॉकेट छोड़ने में. We are talking singleton now. They are talking artificial superintelligence. A singleton, a decisive strategy. It's going to be a decisive strategic environment, like a Thanos. It will convince us what we are doing. It will provide everything to us, even wipe us out with his own hand, right? That is singleton they are talking about. That's the decisive strategic advantage they are investing in. A level of technology and another advantage sufficient for complete world domination. That is where they are investing in. US is pumping in more than $3 trillion into AI. China is putting in $187 billion into AI. And we have to understand, when I say AI, AI doesn't mean only AI. AI has got a whole ecosystem. It needs hardware, it needs encryption technologies, it needs coding, it needs cloud. All those technologies are needed to have AI in your hand. Okay? AI is not in isolation. They're putting money into it. So we have to understand and be part of this decision. Once they achieve it, everything will be blocked, inaccessible to us. Okay? So it will be not something over the shelf we can order. I mean, I see and meet a lot of people across the spectrum, and they believe AI ban raha hai, to achhi baat hai na. It is like SAP or any enterprise application. We'll order it, we'll get it. No, it will be not available to us. Okay? So there will be no catching up, gentlemen. India is not on Industrial Revolution 4.0 map. Look at the top 100 companies in AI world. None of them are in India. We are knockers. Let me tell you, service-oriented people. Okay? We love to do that. We don't innovate, we don't invent, we don't create products. We don't do that. Okay? We have to change. We have to move into that direction in the world which is coming in fast to us. Okay, even our startups. I'm very sorry. Look at those startups. They are basically, अगर वहां Amazon है तो हम Flipkart बना लेंगे, right? और Lenskart बना लेंगे. हम नकल करने में विश्वास करते हैं. हम आज भी वही जुगाड़ कर रहे हैं. We have to walk away from that quickly and see that we are really part of the innovation life cycle, which really is happening around AI and technology. Look at 100 startups. Nowhere Indian companies there. Be it conversational bots, vision, auto, robotics, cybersecurity, business intelligence, core AI, healthcare, AI, sales, wherever, whatever you talk about, top 100 companies, India is not there. Okay? So we have to change this scenario at the earliest. The world which we are looking at something, we call it an hyper-competitive digital enterprise, be it government, be it academia, be it industry, all are becoming hyper-competitive digital enterprise. We will not let an event happen and then write an SOP around it, not to avoid that event. अगला बार नहीं होना चाहिए. Pool गिर गया, कोई बात नहीं है. अब SOP लिखो, देखो कि अगला बार नहीं. What needs to be done, right? We are becoming foresighted based. Will become declarative. We will be actually predicting thing and handling it. ये होने वाला है, आप रोकिए. This is where the enterprise in the world is moving towards it. Foresightedness. Okay? Data will be abundant. It will be not a burden. It will be an opportunity. From proprietary, it will be a programming-based world. From central authority, it will be distributed. We have already moved into that direction. Social media has become so powerful. Actually, it is making decisions today, supporting us to help make decisions. Right? Become so powerful. General purpose technologies will move towards built for purpose. AI world, we can't buy things because AI need to be trained on customized data sets. That is something we have to wake up. Even if you acquire a product from US, it needs to be trained on Indian data set to become effective. I'll give you an example. Autonomous cars are there in US. You try to bring it in India and try to get it driven on our roads, it can't happen. Because that is where they have been trained. The people there in US, they do a defensive driving. Okay? The defensive driving and decisive driving, where if the car stops in front of them, they stop. If a school bus is stopped, they will stop. If they are at a choraha and a guy comes early to you, they will let him pass before you cross it. We don't do those things. Okay, हमारे रास्ते में तो रेवड़ी वाला भी है, गाय माता भी रहती हैं, बकरियां घूमती रहती हैं, हम लोग सब रोड पे ही हैं करीब करीब, right? And the AI has to drive through that. So the driving which has been trained in US streets, these cars, they are defensive driving techniques. They need to be trained in AI, same car brought to India, they need to be trained on a probabilistic driving. Now, probabilistic driving is something which we do, which is aggressive in nature. गाय माता है तो हैं, रहेंगी, बगल से निकल जाएंगे, राइट? रेडी वाला है तो भी सट सुट के निकल जाएंगे, गाड़ी निकाल देंगे, रुकते नहीं हैं हम, निकल जाते हैं. And I had a real problem in Pune when I came back, and I thought I will let others pass before I would cross. I was standing there for hours before I crossed. So I had to again relearn myself in Indian streets and cross through. So they need to be customized and trained. That is the AI world. We have to. So if you don't have an AI strategy, you are going to die in the world that is coming. That is David being CEO of eBay. Be it academia, be it government, be it industry, whoever you are talking to. Okay? We have to have a strategy and be part of it. If you look from the job perspective, jobs which need compassion or empathy, which needs creativity and strategy, that is where those jobs will be left out to us. All other jobs will be gone. Jobs which doesn't need creativity, strategy, and not need compassion, AI will take over. Or a lot of creativity, AI will support them into that creative, generating movies, text, and all. AI will be helping them in doing it. Which doesn't need compassion and optimization. Security wala, malls people, right? All the sales people, all those jobs will be gone from our end. They'll be walked away by AI. Some jobs where compassion is needed and cannot be optimized, those jobs like elderly care, all those jobs will taking help of AI, but humans will be still there. Even wedding planning, probably humans will be still there. But complex there. Okay. So still AI will be still there in doing that. So all those jobs, if you look from 60K down below, these jobs are threatened. And this bar is going to go up. Even LinkedIn founder Reid Hoffman, he recently came out and said 9 to 5 jobs will become a relic of the past by 2030. Okay, we'll be not doing, which is, we have already walked away towards a hybrid world. We are operating more from home and less go to the office. Okay, so 9 to 5 will be gone to us because that AI will do it. We'll do more innovative work. We'll be doing more R&D work. We'll be more creative, strategic in nature, more compassionate. That those jobs will be humans will be doing. Okay. You know this gentleman, right? I mean, he's always there in limelight. So, you know, this gentleman Putin, he recently came out and said artificial intelligence is the future. Not only for Russia, but for all humankind. It comes with colossal opportunities, but also threats that are difficult to predict. Whoever becomes the leader in this sphere will become the ruler of the world. That is what he said. Look at the investment. US is pumping in $3 trillion, which is equal to our economy, our GDP. China is putting $187 billion into AI, natural language processing, machine learning, computer vision, technology platforms, intelligent UAVs or drones, robots, self-driving cars, you won't name it. It's a new emerging world order, gentlemen. All these companies like Amazon, Google, Microsoft, IBM, Apple, OpenAI, they have met hands. They've got a site partnership on AI. So what happened suddenly? These companies have met hands and they're sharing their IPs together and supporting us. They have established and adopted a strategy. They call it AI first strategy. Whatever we will do, we'll do it with AI first. All these companies. They are being choreographed by a government. They're all US companies. China has taken a lead in the publication of AI. It has taken lead. We have got a single institution, as I know, Universal AI University in Mumbai, which is completely focused on AI. China has got a decade earlier than us, 145 of these institutions, which is completely dedicated on AI. So we have to wake up to this fact. So let's look at the global, we talked about AI now. Let's look at the global status of AI development, where it is. So, you know, on the level of evolution, you know, our brain has got two parts. One part, we call it the neocortex, which actually helps us in making decisions, doing a language ciphering, processing language, all those things it does. But then we have got prefrontal cortex also. Okay, another part of the brain which reasons, which brings reasoning and decision-making capability to us. So the large language models like ChatGPT equates to a neocortex. Now they have developed, they call it O1 model or strawberry or cube. It has not been released to the world yet, but they have the strawberry, and this has got a capability of a reasoning equal to a PhD scholar. Imagine a PhD scholar. Okay, so a reasoning capability of equal to a PhD scholar they have developed. They'll be soon releasing this. This is different than a large language model or ChatGPT, which is there. A human brain evolution, if you look at the different parts of human and the algorithms with maps to it, which they are developing, because they have not only developed the neocortex part of the large language model, now they have strawberry and cube for reasoning. They'll be taken into the next level of cognition and other area where we excel more, empathy and all, and they'll be doing that. So thinking, hearing, moving, hearing, you know, the blind side, Elon Musk, we just talked about it. They've got an FDA approval. AI helps them in seeing things beyond our spectrum. The waves of innovation is actually shortening, gentlemen. AI waves we are looking at now. So the fourth wave is over, the 30 years. We are looking at AI wave which is not peaking. It is going up. It will be more sorted. It will be in decades, in few years, things will be changing. So today they will have a reasoning capability. Then next, they will have doctors and all AI engineers, all AI, they'll start having in their hands. Okay? They'll not need us. Human brain, in one cubic inch of brain, we developed over 1 million years. 8 million saal lagta hai, 10 lakh saal to develop 1 cubic inch of brain in this brain. AI developed that capability in few years. Look at the exponential graph or logarithmic graph which is there. Okay, where we are on IMF Global Preparedness Index, we are at 72nd position. 72वां पोजीशन है हम, बांग्लादेश के करीब है. So there are certain things which we are missing, gentlemen. That's the reason we are at Bangladesh 0.492. Okay, we have been closed in EMF category, emerging market economy. We are not in advanced economies. We are in emerging market economies, just above low income countries, LIC. Digital infrastructure, India scored 0.11, like China, which has got 0.19, double to us. US is also double to us. Singapore is more double to us. They have put infrastructure money. And believe it, like sir was pointing out, AI mission, we have put 10,000 crore. 10,000 crore is equal to $1 billion. China, they have got their own mission where they are pumping in $187 billion. US is pumping in $3 trillion. So we have to start thinking that so much of money being invested, so much of focus being brought in at all levels, what we need to do as well. Think about it. Human capital and labor market policies, we scored 0.12, slightly lower than China, 0.15, and Singapore, 0.20. Innovation, our score was 0.11, similar to Indonesia. Okay, but less than China, Singapore, and UK. So this is the scoring which we have. This was recently published by IMF. We have to wake up. We have to create our own index. See that we better into it. On infrastructure, on human capital, innovation, all these areas we better it up and see how we catch it. Look, from the age of AGI is already there. We have discussed now in quite detail. It will be a $27 billion market. Years have been predicted for AGI. Elon Musk says 2029. Sam Lake is the co-founder of DeepMind. He says 2028. So they are very near to each other, right? So we are looking at this AGI to be here very soon. It is already culminating. All these technologies, all these capabilities are culminating. We are looking at we call it evolving transhumanism. So AI coming to inside as a wearable first, which you are wearing, like your Apple Watches and all those wearing, it is now going inside the body. This is known as transhumanism. It will become integral part of you. If you are wearing a goggles, which is a 3D like Apple glasses, you will be able to see all your social media in front of us, even able to talk to us, hear everything out. Okay, and it will be inside your brain too. So if you want to listen to music, you have to just think about it, and music will start playing inside your head. This super part of the transhumanism: super intelligence, super longevity, and super well-being. So when we talk about super well-being, we'll go there. So humanoid is merging AI and robotics. Okay, we have got one part of the brain which we call it reptilian brain. Now this reptilian brain is something which we evolved in nature. That helps us. We breathe. We don't think about breathing, right? We walk. We don't think about how we are walking, right? We are standing, sitting. All this is part of our brain, which is known as reptilian brain. So DeepMind is actually training a virtual mouse, looking at a mouse and training AI to develop this reptilian brain. So once they will put inside a robotic body, it will work as a mouse. It will breathe, eat, move, all those things it will do, think, reason as part of it. Blind sight we talked about. AI brains, China is doing it. In humanoid robot, AI moves inside it. China developed AI-powered robot with lab-grown artificial brain using human stem cells. That's the next frontier with their work. So silicon may not be a chip, may not be a possibility. They're developing brain and putting inside the robots now. Okay, so that is what they're trying to do and achieve it. Okay. So we want to live forever. That is an option which we want to create. We call it longevity, escape velocity. Our DNA has been digitized. AI is being trained upon it for targeted medication. So they will know exactly what to be given to us for our well-being. And that will help us to cross beyond. So if you old 1 year, the technology of targeted medication will make you younger 2 years. That means you will escape the aging process. You will escape the death. So that is known as longevity, escape velocity. AI is unlocking the immortality. So what is the risk and opportunity for us? I believe from all these perspectives, from GDP, population, length of roads, food grain production, all the data sets if you look at, I believe India is on cusp of the biggest opportunity which we can have. Okay, it is probably the century's biggest opportunity. We need to go and grab this opportunity. So what we need to do? We need to probably take a cue from China, protect our data, create a data sovereignty for us. Okay, because that data is very critical for AI to develop internal to India. Okay, so what they did, they developed for every value. I talked about Google, value, and all, trained their bots. They protected their data, they brought it inside. And if you look at ChatGPT, large language model, it has been trained on ChatGPT-4, it's trained on 1 trillion data parameters. 60% of the data comes from web. When I say web, there we are. That is on the web. We are sitting on the web, right? We put our career, we put our Facebook, Instagram, daily our kids are there, we are there, we are saying that is the data AI has been trained upon, right? That is what they have protected, that we have to. And it will also, once we start protecting our data, our quality data, make it more accessible, then we will develop or strengthen our innovation capacity. Otherwise, we are doomed. We are a compromised nation at this point of time. Our economic independence, data sovereignty, innovation gap, national security, and operational capability is all compromised at this point of time. We have to start thinking, start putting our arms around, and see that we are part of this. Okay. So when I say operational capability, look at I talk about I'm part of Steel Authority as well as an expert, and they are talking about leveraging generative AI to generate reports and all about their operational capability across all their 5 plants and all. So, but then what will happen to data? Data will move to US. Okay. Tomorrow, when the balloon is up, we are against countries like China, which is an enviable nation to us. What they will do? They are already creating a map to our applications, internet, our websites, our data sets. They're mapping it. They're creating signatures. They are not the people who will go and deface your website, okay, or take care of your personal profile. They're not interested in that. They are creating a signature. Once the balloon is up, they know what to do. They'll open our dams. They'll put the whole city, the whole North America into darkness. Okay, the power cut. That was cyber attack. So that is where they are interested. That is what they can achieve. That is the operational capability which is being compromised at this point of time. We can take a leadership from the ethical perspective. Gandhian philosophy is a very strong philosophy. We can probably look at that. Inculcate Gandhi values in AI, promote transparency and accountability, encourage interdisciplinary collaboration, justice and equality, compassion and empathy and sustainability. We can probably take a lead from Gandhian philosophy and take it forward on an AI ethical leadership. That is something which we should look at responsible AI, good AI, and our Prime Minister talks about the responsible AI and good AI. But how? Probably this is the way to go. Delving into our heritage, Sanskrit is being taught about, that is the most unambiguous language on this earth, which can be leveraged to talk to AI. So Panini grammar is the most structured grammar with more than 4,000 parameters and rules, okay, which no other language has got it. And when we say unambiguous language, what does it mean? You know, you're sitting with 4 or 5 friends. Let me give you a very crude example. 4 or 5 friends, and one of your friends, you say, hey, jara usko maro to. Okay. Your friend, if you say to him, to another friend, he will probably laugh you out. Okay. Probably दूसरा दोस्त होगा शायद मार भी देगा, right? But if you tell AI कि जरा मारो तो वो तो शायद narrating cheap दे उसका, right? You can kill him because Hindi is a very ambiguous language. You have not told him कि मारो तो का क्या मतलब है, not to kill or give a snap to him. Okay, so that is the reason English or any other language on this earth is a very ambiguous language. Sanskrit is not. So we'll be putting these robots in Mangal, in flight parks, and all those areas. In Sanskrit is being touted as the most unambiguous language to talk to AI. We are not working. Who is working? Somewhere in NASA, somebody is working. Rick Bates. So those people are working. We are not even thinking about it. So we have to start thinking. Purana is being considered to be the most perfect mathematical model it can generate to put the values around AI. AI needs to learn human values. Okay, then it will work with us. Purana is being touted. Who is working? A university in Austria. They are working on it. We are not. We are not interested. Look at the capabilities which we have where AI can help us in astrology, in Ayurveda, in classical music, animal kingdom. We can talk to animals. Okay, a large language model for animals. We have generated a project. I'm trying to push it through to see that this becomes a reality. We can talk to our domesticated animals like the cows and dogs and all, understand at least their behavior, their voice intonations, okay, their pain, what they are trying, their hunger. We can understand that. Then to the wild animals, and third to the birds and bees as well, right? AI can help us because AI today translates all human languages which is there. So we have to start understanding Indian languages. The most another factor is potentialism. Okay, so one of my friend, he is in Switzerland. He's a German actually. His name is Thomas Porter. Okay, he approached me with this, and what he is also promulgating is that can we, like we have got capitalism, right? That's the model, economic model we have in India. So can we interject with AI, the minimal interjection with technology, to take it to capitalism 6.0, which actually it becomes more just, more fair, more equal distribution of wealth among the people, minimum earning capacity it puts into the pocket of people. Okay, that is how can we achieve it, leveraging AI and minimal interaction, maximally ethical socio-economic model designed to solve ideally all socio-economic challenges of human societies on earth towards a high-tech, maximally ethical future. That is what he is talking about. So we have to start taking a cue from it, these challenges. Look at the strategy map. 55 countries has got AI strategy now. At least now is the time for us to wake up. We are there. Look at the global AI narrative. We have also got the narrative, but it doesn't seem to us to take a lead. This narrative which is there, we have taken a cue from others and put together our narrative. We are not thinking. Okay. So they look at US, look at China, they're thinking ahead. They're talking about, China is talking about to become the world's most superpower 2050 with an economy of $45 trillion, when US, which is $21 trillion by 2050, it will be probably $35 trillion. China thinks that with help of AI, their economy, which is $14 trillion, will jump to $45 trillion. They will be the de facto superpower on this earth by 2050. Okay, they're leveraging AI for that. So they are very clear in their narrative. Innovation and economic integration, it is very important. What we are doing, we are developing innovation hubs in academia across India. We are successful in 3 of them and 2 innovation exchanges. We work with industry to bring their products in. Idea for the hubs was for us was very simple, that can we lower the cost of AI implementation in India? So government and industry can leverage AI quickly. Can we generate and train our faculty? Can we generate our students, give them live projects so they can work upon? Can we bring the cost arbitrage into AI work? So the wage disparities, access to talent, focus on core competency, flexibility and scalability is taken care. Can we develop all these products and platforms in India like such? I'll give you one example, which has got a social impact. Okay, I'll give you one example on AI and why we are not working. That's a different. I've been approaching, talking to people like Delhi. It has got a critical traffic problem. 500 of traffic lights or probably more. We do have. Why can't we place a small AI algorithms into it with a lidar and camera? It is so cheap. Okay, put these so that AI can take a decision of traffic as it moves locally. Connected, 5G is already there. Your device is already working on 5G to a central brain which guides the light across. It will not only help us in doing that. All VIP movement can be taken care of by AI. Okay, we don't have to put all police forces across the traffic people to stop and make us stop 100 hours to because President of India is passing through. Okay, or Prime Minister is passing through. We probably need to avoid that. I think we can create green zones. Okay, so we want to have a heart transplant. Somebody died. His heart is taken out. One place, one hospital, moved to AIMS in Delhi. We stop and create a green zone to move the heart. We are not capable of flying it. Because they fly it out from helicopter. We have to move through traffic. AI can help us creating these. Help us in negotiating our traffic pretty quickly. these kind of projects which has got a social impact, a socio-economic impact, we need to start thinking. We can create, earn, learn, and we call it Sarthik. We have been thinking into that direction to create a platform which will handhold us from cradle to grave, help us in learning, provide us content and micro content, macro content, connect jobs. So India has got 10,000 cybersecurity jobs. We have got lakhs of students who can actually go and do those jobs. There is a last mile connectivity issue. Who can take care of that last mile connectivity? Government? No. That is where these platforms can help us if we develop and also play. So we have to start thinking into those directions. Infrastructure emergency agreement. I understand that we can develop our compute infrastructure. Okay, but compute infrastructure is already moving to the next level. They are talking about super cloud. So AWS, Google Cloud, IBM Bluemix. Okay, you go on naming these clouds. Can we connect together? Can we create an interoperability and create a super cloud, which is very critical for AI to be learned, to be deployed, and be accessible to us? Okay, the infrastructure market is going to become a huge market. Okay, around $55 billion market. We are deep learning and AI infrastructure market. We need to be part of it. We don't have. So we need to be part of it. It is all outside, beyond us. So the way I think, okay, it's a replay, believe it or not. Okay. My suggestion, probably my thought process is, we have to go all in now. Okay, many countries have instituted dedicated public offices. The Ministry of AI, Office here, UAE has done that. Recently, I just saw that France appoints the first AI minister among political runners as race to become the global AI leader. They're thinking about it. They've got the ministry. We need to have a ministry. Okay. Probably a whole department. Bring all others inside it. MIT has created a department of AI and put all departments under it so that they can leverage the interoperability and cross-functional talent across. We have to start thinking. Create independent AI ministries, not at central level, even states. Okay, I'm giving suggestion. I went to Aachen probably, but that's fine. Establish public AI compute infrastructure, super cloud. Focus on indigenous AI development, all out talent development on AI, ensure data quality improvement, accessibility and sovereignty, startup financing and protection, foster aggressive innovation and research, aggressive innovation research into AI, establish leadership in ethical development, social impact projects, mandate industry academia collaboration, mandate it, put your CSR money into it. Okay, why we are putting our CSR money into distribution of books or something else? Put it into right places where we are impacted. We Indian citizens are impacted. Focus on key sectors. AI executive order. Okay, that needs to be why we don't have an AI executive. We have got papers on AI for all by Niti Aayog and all. We don't have an AI executive order. So we have to go all aggressively, ensure AI soft landing, safeguarding nation's future. It is imperative, it is important, it is the current and present gentlemen, we have to wake up to this time. Thank you.
So maybe we'll take one or two minutes or so. He wants to. Yeah, yes, there.
Fascinating process. My question is, if it can outline some what in terms of regulating AI, what would you expect to what would you expect to see in terms of regulation of AI, if at all? Or would you prefer that the government should sit aside in terms of regulating?
Absolutely, that's a wonderful question. I saw that NITI's notice recently. They came out and they said the AI implementation, you have to have a third-party certification. It's responsible. It is good AI. Okay, and then they took away that notice back because we're not well thought. So I'm with you on the ethical perspective. But what I believe at this point of time,